My company is affiliated with a German business. We use a technology that creates liquid foam seals for components. People send us components and we basically robotically apply liquid foam seals to these parts. We then send them back to the client, who uses them from all sorts of things, from the car industry to street lights, could be yacht window frames to electronic enclosures, all applications where you're trying to keep the water out. That's what we do. At 16 I joined an automotive company called AP in Leamington Spa, spent a year in engineering workshops as a part of a 5-year training program as an apprentice, and we basically worked through all the departments in the company, a very large company, 2,500 people, but at the end of it you came out as a very rounded engineer. For me, I like engineering, I still like engineering now, but I actually preferred the commercial aspects of working with other people and the business side of things. We can train people to be commercially aware. You can't train somebody to be an engineer, this takes time. So we're using 6-axis robots, which are combined with our own foam system technology. I naturally can't go and find somebody who knows our foam technology, that has to be trained to them. So we take on a young engineer, train them with robotics, and it's expensive for us and it takes time. I'd like to think there are benefits to having a small business, the flexibility, the different aspects of the job that we have here. With the large companies you tend to be focused more on the one thing and that's what you do. Here the diversity of role is the interesting thing. Jordan, the current apprentice, is probably the third. Jordan spent 6 weeks in Germany. He's been on ABB robotics courses, £2,500. This Kawasaki course is something like £2,000. It's a lot of investment for a small company. His college education, again, I think it's about £7,500 a year. So for us, we're investing a lot of money and time. We'll try our best to make sure the financial expectations of people are there and the role expectation is there.
I left school when I was 16. I worked for Jaguar Land Rover. I did 4 years in an apprenticeship there. I had options obviously at the time when I was 16. I could do A-levels or I could do an apprentice. And for me, the screaming thing out loud was I got paid to do an apprentice. I think then I got £90 a week. Say for example I'm recruiting somebody and they've just come out of A-levels. To me, they've got no hands-on experience. And doing an apprenticeship, you've got that hands-on experience first of all. You learn off people who've done apprenticeships before or do the role before. So for me, the apprenticeship was the only way for me. One of our employees is an apprentice and me and him get on really well because I have a lot of engineering knowledge which he takes on, and he looks up to me. He respects a lot of things that I do and shows him different types of way of doing the job. And he has one way of doing it. I have another way of doing it, and obviously we share them ways of completing the goal. All the programming of the robots are all done by myself or Jordan. So the difference between an inexperienced robot programmer and Jordan, for example, you'll be able to see night and day. What he achieves is quite incredible work that we've sent out to our customers, and they've always given great feedback of what Jordan's been capable of.
I studied foundation electronic engineering at university, but during it I felt like I didn't really enjoy the way I was being taught. It was more classroom learning, which I wasn't too keen on at the time. Towards the end of that year I looked at doing apprenticeships, so did a bit of research on them, what they're about and that. So I did that and then found this one, which was great because obviously learning an apprenticeship, you're here learning more about the job, getting the experience, and then also I'm lucky in what I do because they put me back into university as well, so getting the best of both worlds here. At the moment at work I'm just doing customer projects, so where customers send parts in and I program the robots to do that. And then at uni it's computer aided design module, so CAD. So it's where, like, for example, I'm given a bolt or something to measure, then I have to produce a 3D sketch of it and then do drawings of it as well, which helps with this job as well because I get given customer drawings which I have to read. So the more I do it at uni, the more I can understand it whilst working as well, so that helps a lot. Each day is very different. I can be doing customer programming, solving problems when something goes wrong with the machine. So say production goes down, I have to resolve a problem, which is good because you don't always know about the problems. You have to learn how to fix things, which is great as well. The actual apprenticeship was great in itself, but the reason I chose here is because it's a small company. It's more like a family feel, so you feel more valued here than you would, for example, being another number at a really large company. So I just started, I was really nervous. Done the first 2 weeks here, then all of a sudden I've been shipped off to Germany, which I was happy with. So I did learning a lot about the systems we have because it's quite specialist here. So I learned a lot about that, which was great because I've never been to Germany. I got to meet all the staff. We're getting a new robot in, which is Kawasaki, so different make to ABB. Quite a few things are different, the way you program it. So this one, the company is sending me on a 2-day course where I'll be taught by a Kawasaki engineer, how to program the robot and everything, so looking forward to that. Doing this apprenticeship to me was massively important because you get a qualification from college, and then obviously from there you go uni or apprenticeship. I obviously chose apprenticeship. It was massive because it's my natural career progression, and I always want to be learning, but I also can be in employment as well. But I always had a massive interest in like the way things are built and everything, and I saw that engineering was a great path to go, and obviously it's led to me where I am today, which I'm very happy with, to be honest. Look more about apprenticeships. Don't always look at going to college and then go to uni. Think about other options, because a lot of my friends did school, college, and then straight into uni, and obviously me and my friends were quite close, so we did similar things, but I'm just glad I did apprenticeship now.